Welcome to the engineering mechanics class. Today we will study statically indeterminate structures in the part force. So statically indeterminate structure are nothing but those structure which it is difficult to analyze using only the statistical equations, equilibrium equations. It requires other techniques or properties to solve the indeterminacy. So that means in statically indeterminate structure, that means some unknown force is there that cannot be determined by using the equilibrium equation. That is, there are less number of equations as compared to that unknown number of reactions or forces. So to solve this, we have to analyze this statically indeterminate structure very carefully, and we have to apply what are the other material properties so that we can apply there to solve this statically indeterminacy. In two-dimensional structures, we have three equations equilibrium, which is shown here. If you see, for the equilibrium in x direction, summation of fx equal to 0. That means whatever the component is in x direction, we have to make it 0. Similarly, summation of fy equal to 0, whatever the components of y, that means force in y direction, that should be equal to 0. Then summation of the moments in the z direction should be equal to 0. Similarly, like this, in three-dimensional conditions, we have 6 number of equations of equilibrium. So now we have to know what is the degrees of indeterminacy. Degrees of indeterminacy can be defined as the difference between the number of unknown forces with number of equation of equilibrium. Okay, suppose we have number of unknown forces reaction 4, but we have degrees of equilibrium. That means we have equilibrium equation 4. That may then we have to find out the degrees of indeterminacy like this: 4 minus 3. That means we have to subtract from the number of unknown forces to the number of equilibrium equations, that is 1. So in this figure, if you see, so there are some figures, you see this one. So here number of unknowns and number of equilibrium are same, but in case of figure 3 and 4, if you see 3 and 4, there are 3 unknown forces. Sorry, there are 4 unknown forces. If you see properly, one will be your this one at A, one will be at B, then moment will be there, and in this direction one force will be there in this direction. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4 unknowns, but here actually the equilibrium equations we can find only the 3 equilibrium equation. So here the degrees of indeterminacy will be 1. Similarly, in case of number 4 figure, if you see, there are 4 reactions, one this one, FA in this direction, Y direction, FB, FC, then one in this direction, this horizontal direction, there will be reaction due to this support. So the equation of the degree of indeterminacy will be your 1, because it will be number of unknown reaction, that is 4, and number of equilibrium equations will be 3. From here we can find out the 3 equilibrium equation, but number of equations, so degrees of indeterminacy will be 1.